Hey there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one's for the intermediate player, and today I want to continue our discussion on finding different voicings up and down the neck for our common chords. Over on the website, www.livevideoguitarlessons.com, we covered A chords and C chords and D chords, and today I want to talk about E chords. And those videos, by the way, are under the Practice Tips Today video blog tab, and it's in the intermediate section. You'll see that. Anyway, so let's talk about E. First thing you need to know is what an E chord is. All your major chords are 1, 3, and 5 of the major scale of your root note. So for an E chord, R1 is E. The third note of an E scale is a G sharp, and the fifth is a B. So when you play this traditional E chord down here, all these are E's, G sharps, and B's. If there's anything else in there, then it's an E something else. Alright, so what we're doing, we're just going to look for different places up on the neck to play different combinations of E's, G sharps, and B's. And we also have to understand that seconds, fourths, and sixths also sound nice. Sometimes you'll end up either wanting to or needing to put one of those other notes in there to kind of round out the chord. So in the key of E, F sharps are seconds, and fourths are A's, and C sharps are sixths. So anyway, so if we need any of those, we'll use them. All right, so you already know this chord, so we're not going to talk about it. All right, so let's move up here to a little higher on the neck, and I'm going to use this open E as the root note for all these chords, because it's a very strong E. It's a great big string, and it's very powerful, and that's what we want to use for our root. All right, so I'm going to play my B note here. And I'm going to come down here, and this is F sharp. This is a second, so that one's okay to put in there. And that prevents me from having to do a bar here. And you can, if you want to, do a bar there and do that. And I'm going to play a B note here, but I kind of like the second here. So I'm going to play a B note here, and the open second and first strings belong in the E chord anyway, so those are going to ring open in all these examples. So I'm just going to play that. So we hit. Let's move a little farther up the neck. I'm going to play this E chord triad right here. I'm going to use the open E again, and then I'm going to play from the 5th string in the 7th fret. That's my E note. That is my G sharp note. Oops, sorry. I should put the other finger down. I've been playing a show tonight. My fingers are a little sore, and I'm a little tired, so sorry about that. Anyway, so I need my B note over here. And so I'm going to let the 6th string and the 2nd string and the 1st string ring open again. And by the way, this is a traditional triad. If you're not familiar with that, no matter where I am, if I put my fingers shaped like that, that's a major chord triad. That's 1, 3, and that's 5. And it puts them in order, kind of like a beginning piano player would play them in order. And you can do it from the 6th string too. So if I want to do a B triad, it's here. If I want to do a D triad, it's here. You can't do it. Well, you can, but it's not the same shape starting from the 4th string. So most of the times it has to do with the tuning difference on the 2nd string. But anyway, so we're just going to play our E chord triad right here. Let everything ring open. So that gives us 3. So we have And the reason we're doing this, you might get a long section in a song that and it depends. Long is a subjective term. I mean, it might be 8 measures, it might be 16 measures of E chord or whatever, but it doesn't have to be. It could be 2 measures, and if you have a slow tempo, 1 measure can seem long. So you can just use these movements, even though you're staying on the same chord roughly. You can use the movements to change the voicing, but not change the chord. So you wouldn't do it that much, obviously, because it would just drive your audience crazy. But it's to give you a little creative outlet, and to give you a little different sound. Okay, so let's move up the neck a little farther. I see I'm running a little long here on the clock. All right, so I'm going to go use this open E here. And I'm going to play a G sharp note in the on the A string in the 11th fret, and I'm going to play in the 9th fret of the 4th string. That's another E note, and I have to figure out what to do with the 3rd string. I can't let it ring open because that's a G note, and that would make it minor. But if I throw my finger over here and catch the 3rd string in the 13th fret, that's a G sharp note. So I kind of let that ring, and let the first and second strings ring, and the sixth string, and that gives me another voicing up here. If you want to cap it all off, drag this whole thing up 12 frets, and then we have an octave higher than we started. Anyway, just trying to give you some options. You know, we you know, as guitar players, you know, we're always looking for different things to do to stimulate our creativity, and sometimes people get stuck. And I just want to give you some you know, little creative exercises, and then, you know, it makes your playing more interesting to you as the player, and it makes it sound more interesting to the listener. So anyway, thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Tune in again tomorrow for another one, and I will see you next time. Thanks.